So this constellation is associated with Columbus as well. Notice that Arcturus is symbolic or has a sign or zodiac of the bear. And what was I shown about the bear in modern day and time? The Most High has shown me and answered me twice when I've asked him who would strike Chicago, and he showed me Russia both times. Now, and we all know that Russia has used the bear for its state seal, and whether the Most High is symbolic, I have no idea. But all I know is that I saw Russia twice, and I've been waiting on him to answer me a third time so I could just validate. Because remember, I only prophesy in part, and I know in part. But these governments, they are taking no chances. You understand what I'm saying about the bear being in this constellation, hovering over the city of Chicago with the seer or watcher in the spiritual realm of Uranus. You see that? It gets more interesting. If you can look on the seal of Chicago, you can see that it states that the seal is described in the ordinance as a shield with a sheaf of wheat on its center, a ship in full sail on the right, a sleeping infant on top, an Indian with bow and arrow on the left, and with the motto herbs in horto at the bottom of the shield, with the inscription City of Chicago Incorporated. Now, in June 1966, keep in mind that Arcturus was seen in April and June, those 2 months, and they adopted the chrysanthemum as the official flower of Chicago. And this is very prophetic. Now, they say that it's a child on that seal, but when you do the research, it's a shell with the goddess of Aphrodite in it. And they try to, distract you because it was renamed Venus, but it is no doubt the goddess Aphrodite, the so-called goddess of love. You do the research. I don't spend a lot of time on this, but it has some myth and truth to it, because we know these demigods did exist. It goes back to the Trojans, so you can just do the research on that. And her father was Zeus. You get it? Jesus, or if you will. Nevertheless, let's go back to this chrysanthemum flower. Now, if you go to the book of Isaiah 40:6, it states, "The voice said, cry, and he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field." The chrysanthemum is known as the flower of the field. Now, what's going on? I saw this over around 2011. These prophetic future events. So I'm prophesying things for the future. And so this whole chapter is about preparing the way for the Most High. And he that sits on the circle of the earth will judge the earth. I encourage you to go watch my Prophecy 2011 video. This whole chapter is about judgment and to the children of Israel. It states that, "Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of the master's hand double for all her sins." So, the sins of the children of Israel have received double, and it is time for the daughter of Babylon to receive double. She is a part of the Babylonian construct. Remember, the book of Revelation states, "Give her double, according as she has rewarded you according to her works." So this star Arcturus is prophetic, and they know it, and they have all kinds of mechanisms out there in space, so-called space, or Uranus, the heavens, to fight against this judgment. These watchers are at war. They're trying to prevent judgment. And I was shown that the bear would strike Chicago. Whether it's symbolic, I'm just a prophetess. I prophesy in part, and I know in part. So if the Most High has anything else to show me concerning the third time who would strike Chicago, I will post it if it is in his will. Nevertheless, this concludes Arcturus and the city of Chicago. Now, the next videos, if the Most High permits, will concern the rest of the so-called planets.
And Leah said, Here cometh a troop. And she called his name Gad. He shall overcome at the last.